Just a brief introduction. Scott was in the Marines for 7 years. He joined in 2009, and his job was not a job that any of us would have wanted to have, but it was with chemical, biological, and radioactive nuclear weapons cleanup and defense. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to turn it over to you, Scott. Please share what happened to you and where your life was going and the miracle of X39 for you.
Thank you. So after about 2 years in the Marine Corps, I threw my back out and herniated one of my discs. Ended up doing acupuncture, actually just about everything other than surgery. As the years progressed, I kept getting worse, so I started getting nerve issues in my legs. Ended up having 3 herniated discs before I ended up getting out, and I got out in 2016. And so what kind of got me out was I tore both my hamstrings 4 times, and so I just was trying to tough through it and couldn't really tough through it anymore. And so I put up with it for about 5 years. And so I got out in 2016, moved to Boise, and for the next 2 years, I noticed my back was just getting worse and worse and worse. And so I went in to get an updated MRI. Come to find out, my lower 7 discs in my back were completely gone. There wasn't really much they can do. They basically said we can do a laminectomy, which is to open up my nerve canals to make sure that, to help my nerve issues in my legs. And so I did that at the end of 2018. And by the summer of 2019, my body just significantly declined. I went through symptoms similar to ALS. So I had body tremors, muscle weakness, temperature regulation issues. And for the next probably about 5 months, I lost 55 pounds because my tremors were 24/7. They got so bad. So I was 230 pounds and I went down to 175. I also used to be 6'5", and now I'm 6'1" from losing my discs. And so as you know, my muscles were lacking nutrients. I actually had a piece of my left thigh that completely deteriorated and is gone. And so during this time, we saw specialist after specialist. We saw the head neurologist at the VA. He didn't know what to do with me. I saw a muscle and nerve specialist out in town. They didn't know what to do. I even talked to the Mayo Clinic at one point too. And no one really had any answers for me. And so my wife and I found a doctor from winningthefight.org who makes supplements for his daughter, and he recommends it for others. And he's stopped the progression in over 2,000 people with ALS. So I started taking those supplements. It was costing about $1,000 a month, but it stopped my progression. I started, being able to gain weight again because my tremors stopped, and started doing well. However, my back and my leg pain were still really bad. I was on pain meds since about 2011. And we were kind of stuck. My good day was about a 5 out of 10, and my bad day was, a 9 out of 10.
Can you tell us about those pain meds and how many you were taking and what that was like?
Yeah. So I would kind of tough it out so that way I didn't, grow onto extreme pain meds. And so every about 4 to 6 weeks, I'd take a week off, but I was on Oxycontin, and then I was on 10 other medications too for all my issues. So I was on, nerve issues, medication. I was on medication for my medication basically because they would have side effects, and then they'd have to give me a medication for those side effects. And I was just really feeling out of my body. I was actually on 3 muscle relaxers a day because my back would go into severe spasms. It was pretty bad. And on top of that, at the ripe old age of 32, I have extreme arthritis as well. It normally would take me about 30, 45 minutes to get up in the morning. I'd have to wake up, take my pain meds, kind of move around, slowly roll out of bed. It was pretty rough. And so by taking those, it didn't really help my nerve pain, didn't really help my back pain. And so we were kind of, for another 6 months, I was kind of at a standstill we kind of felt hopeless. Like, is this how we're going to live our life? Paying $1,000 a month just for me to, maintain bare minimum. And so about 5 months ago, my wife went to Dr. Harmon and she told him about my issues, and he walked out and he, put the X39 on the back of my neck, gave me 7 of them and said, call him in a week. And, we were like, I don't really know, but we'll give it a shot. And so after day 4, I just got up out of bed and walked into the kitchen, and my wife was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. I just got up, and my arthritis was significantly better. And so after day 6, my arthritis was almost completely gone. It was crazy. And so called up Dr. Harmon, asked him what it was. And, he told me about stem cells and all that stuff. And with my background in the Marine Corps, I kind of already had, a basis of what stem cells were as well. And knowing that my body was just filled with toxins too, which probably could have attributed to a lot of the symptoms. I was exposed to chemicals and radiation and not good stuff. And so basically it's been 5 months. I started off taking the pain patch on my back and it took my back pain away in 20 seconds. And then while I was using the X39, and about after 1.5 to 3 months, I was able to stop taking the pain patch because my back pain felt a lot better. And so it's been 5 months now. I stopped taking my supplements at about month 2. So it's been 3 months and my tremors haven't come back. It cost me, $100 a month. I don't have to take the pain patches anymore, and got my life back. My pain, I don't take pain meds anymore. I got off all medication. My pain now is between like a 1 and a 3 on a daily basis. 3 is a bad day, 1's a good day. And so I never thought, I spent tens of thousands of dollars, 10 years with doctor after doctor after doctor. And I never could have believed that after $500 in 5 months that I would be where I'm at today. So.
Scott, I don't even know what to say. So many, what you live through, and we know, because we're health people, we understand when you're around those kind of debilitating and toxic chemicals that it takes a wear and tear on your body. And so you went through just, breakdown after breakdown, of what it's done to your body. And look at what stem cells can do when your body's making younger stem cells. It has completely turned your life around. All those conditions, all those pains and medications are gone, basically.
Yep.
This is miraculous.
Yeah, it really is. It's definitely a miracle. And then to add to that, so my wife was also taking X39. We had infertility issues for years. And about 2 months after her taking X39 and me taking it, we found out she's pregnant. So yeah, so that's another amazing thing we've been trying for years. And yeah.
That's like the icing on the cake. On the top. After all that trauma, and now you're able to bring in a beautiful soul, and you're able to be there and be present and
Yep.
not suffering. So
Yep.
we are so happy for you. Everybody on this call, you've touched their heart. And thank you so much for sharing this story. And we're so glad you met Dr. Harmon and all this happened, and we'll look for more results in the future. But thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.